Northeast Omaha will get a shot of federal cash to help with economic development in the area.
About $35 million will go to construct a city-owned and managed community complex in Levi Carter Park.
It will include sports facilities, computer labs, and healthcare. John Chapman reports on how officials say the project will be a much-needed business to North Omaha.
The city of Omaha got some good news from Governor Jim Pillen.
Douglas County, get this, is the fastest growing economy of any metropolitan area of 500,000 people or more in the United States.
But things haven't been growing that fast in Northeast Omaha. Now, state and city officials hope to speed things up.
We're here to be able to announce $124 million of grants that are going to be dispersed from the state of Nebraska for investments into the airport business park and into the Levi Carter Park community facility. These are significant and they're going to have an incredible impact for generations to come.
A business park to help North Omaha has been discussed for years. $90 million will be spent to develop a site about 2 miles from Epley Airfield. Officials expect business to move to the area once the park's infrastructure is in place.
We can expect to see industrial and commercial development that will provide jobs and will provide a boost for the economy in an area within qualified census tract that is sorely needed.
Officials announced Burlington Capital, the Greater Omaha Chamber, and the Omaha Economic Development Corporation will work together to make the project happen.
It's the biggest development opportunity that North Omaha has seen, at least in my lifetime. And like I said earlier, I've been doing this working in North Omaha for more than 50 years.
Michael Maroney is president of the Omaha Economic Development Corporation. He tells us his organization is having conversations with businesses interested in locating in the business park.
I don't want to start mentioning names because there's a lot of things that got to go in before we actually make a commitment.
Maroney won't mention names, but we will. About 2 years ago, Channel 6 covered the story when then Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts signed the multi-million-dollar Economic Recovery Act. Retired Rear Admiral Ozzie Combs, president of Pacific Engineering Incorporated, said his company located outside of Lincoln has plans to expand in Omaha.
It was a natural fit for this historical moment. It was already in our growth strategy. And so when the opportunity came and when we were approached about it, I said, this is a natural fit.
Pacific Engineering is a manufacturing company and a defense contractor. The company built the portable medical pods that were used for COVID testing and vaccinations. Company officials told us they would bring good-paying jobs to Omaha.
We're talking jobs north of $50,000. We're talking good high-tech jobs.
Maroney says they want to make sure whoever locates in the business park hires a good share of their employees from North Omaha.
We want to get people in that community employed and have the opportunity to gain wealth over time.
On your side in Omaha, I'm John Chapman, 6 News.
Officials expect it will take about 4 years to complete the airport business park.
Former President